Welcome to the wonderful world of Strange Suspicion True Crime Series.
What's your first reaction when you learned that your former attorney is representing the man accused of killing your daughter?
I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken because I trusted her.
He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public, so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Bryan's innocent. Your Honor, Bryan is innocent.
I feel the need to tell you something that will tug at your heartstrings a bit. It will bring you both laughter and tears. It's about a young woman named Xana Kernodle, whose life was a kaleidoscope of colors and laughter. She was known to be silly and sweet, and from what I gather, quite the prankster.
Xana was such a light in my life and so many others. She was the person I could relate to the most, and she knew and understood me more than anyone.
She had a lot of close friends.
She taught me a lot of stuff. She taught me how to be a dad.
She was always up to try something for the first time. She was just living her life.
She was so positive and lighthearted and understood the gift of life more than anyone I know. She was my baby sister, but she was so much wiser and experienced so much more in life than I ever have. She never let an opportunity pass her by and enjoyed all the moments she had.
She had a boyfriend named Ethan, who we all know was tragically killed right along with her, and she'll be missed terribly from this world, and her soul can never be replaced. She shouldn't have died this young, and nobody deserves to die so violently and tragically.
I know she loved living in her house in Moscow with her friends. I would hear so many stories about her and her roommates, and it made me so happy to know she had such great friendship.
But guys, allegedly, Xana fought the hardest. It was said that allegedly, Xana fought so hard that many of her fingers were severed. She was born on the 5th of July, this Friday, and she would have been 22 years old. In her memory, her family and friends will encourage people to celebrate what they call Xanapalooza, where you let go, you act funny and silly, you spread joy, or maybe take a step out of your comfort zone, like Xana was never afraid to. It's important that we help these families heal with justice given to the victims, but also maybe celebrate a little bit of Xana on Friday if you can find something silly to do or sweet. I think that this girl was a sweet human being who fought until she couldn't for her life, possibly in defense of her friends as well. Xana, here at Strange Suspicion, we hope that you rest in peace. Let's take a moment and step into the shoes of those affected by this unimaginable tragedy. It's so hard to comprehend. I'm all about laughter and joy, but I can't imagine to fathom the depth of this pain the families are experiencing. It's heartbreak. No amount of joy or laughter can mend. Just imagine living near that campus or near that house. There's such a dark cloud hanging over it. It's not just the physical proximity, it's like so emotional that something so awful happened right there. And then there's Bryan at the center of the storm. I don't understand Judge and why he set aside such an extensive amount of time for the trial. 8 weeks for the trial? Jury deliberation, they want 2 weeks. And sentencing, he wants 2 weeks. That's where I start not understanding. If they're so confident that they're got one suspect this whole 2 years, why do they think it's going to take 2 weeks for the jury to decide? Are they preparing for an unexpected twist, or is there more to the story than what we know? All we have been told is alleged. We hope that the judge is committed to serving justice. Could there be an underlying agenda at play? Who knows? Anything's possible. Could it be that there's more concerned about not disrupting the Vandal football season? The very thought makes my nose twitch. But I think they prioritize sports in their school schedule over the gravity of this tragedy. A spit in the face in the memory of these 4 people that lost their lives so tragically. These families deserve nothing less than justice for the loss of these people's lives. They deserve it without distraction or misplaced priorities by the judge. Their lives are more than any school schedule or any athletic schedule. These families are suffering.
Xana, you will not be forgotten. You have impacted so many lives and have given people so much love. I hope I can make you proud and try to leave an impact on this world and on people like you did.
Nancy Grace is on one this time, folks. I don't know about you, but there's something about a person that's so sure they know everything about everything that just rubs me the wrong way. I wonder why she's had like this great big long career, because she's not very professional at all. Will someone check her medication? She scares the crap out of me. She's like so aggressive and one-sided with every single thing she presents on her show. Also, she interrupts, and she hates when people don't agree with every single point that she makes. Don't be a Nancy Grace, guys. Please? Based on what she said last week, I feel like the mainstream media is out of control. I mean, seriously, who gives someone like her a microphone, much less a show? I can usually only stand her for a few minutes at a time, if at all, but I went there for you guys, briefly. There were so many things she said that made my head spin. She is absolutely bananas over Howard Bloom's book. I mean, she's diving in it like a clown in a cannonball, talking about taking notes like it's a survival skill. She has Howard Bloom on the show, and she constantly mentions how quickly she read his book and her OCD behavior of printing it out the day she got it. Why? It's like he fed the monster within her. Allegedly, she believes the book. She allegedly believes this book, guys, before details of the case have even been revealed in court. Is that something she should be taking copious notes about? I never really watched her. She's always believed hearsay, and to those of us with honor, believing something in hearsay is bullshit. And in her case, it's so unprofessional. Come on, who takes notes on fiction? That girl. And don't get me started on her plastic surgery rant. Who cares if Bryan Kohberger got a nip or a tuck? She's out there trying to dissect his midsection like it's some medical drama. Or maybe she's attracted to Bryan. Who knows?
Lost 100 pounds and had 2 different plastic surgeries to remove a flap of skin from his stomach that went down over his genitals. He didn't want that look. He lost 100 pounds on his own, had 2 plastic surgeries to reinvent himself as a modern day Adonis. But according to his friends, what I'm reading in When the Night Comes Falling, his friends didn't like how that transformation changed his personality.
Maybe she's just blurting it out, but let's face it, Hippa's got us all covered like a circus tent. Oh, and get this, folks. Nancy Grace, in all her glory, is so deep in her Bryan witch hunt that she can't even wrap her head around why somebody's dad would help him make a 37-hour trip home for Thanksgiving. What dad wouldn't help his son drive 37 hours home? It's kind of a long trip.
He now realizes, could this really be true? And then all of a sudden they're driving along in Indiana and they see police sirens in the back and the car has to pull over. And he begins to feel, what is going to happen next?
Wow. Guys, with me, Howard Bloom, who has literally written the book.
Xana, you guys ready to go?
Thank you so much.
Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. Make sure your friends don't put you in a bad position. Tell them it's time to be done. Okay. Ready?
Guys, I'm so sorry.
Nope, that's all right. You take care, okay?
Thank you.
Music stays off. Party's over.
Yes, sir.
This after posing as a DoorDash delivery to break into someone's home. Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says she actually approached a home on Emerald Drive located in Spring, pretending to be a DoorDash delivery driver. And now while she caused a distraction at the front of the house, you see 4 men right there running to the back of the house to try to break in. They were unsuccessful in gaining access, but they did damage the house in the process.
Thank you for being here today, guys. I hope you're celebrating your 420s, and we will see you on Thursday.